Oh hey, it's Max Landis, writer of such films as Chronicle, American Ultra, and Victor Frankenstein.
Hi Mike, I'm so excited to finally be here in the film capital of the world, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Well, we're glad to have you here, Max.
Oh my God, you're Max Landis. Your father directed the Blues Brothers 2000.
That's right, and he directed the first one too.
There was a first one?
Oh no. It's Rich Evans. Didn't you die when the Showbiz Pizza Bear gnawed your neck off?
I did.
Oh God, I can't believe it's really biting my neck! Ow! Oh God! Ow! 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 Oh God! Ow! Ow!
Well everyone, what do you say we watch some terrifying movies?
Yeah.
I've seen something terrifying. Hell, because that's where my soul went after I died.
What?
Would you like to hear the story about how I escaped Satan's embrace and returned to my mortal body?
No.
Not really.
No.
No?
No.
No?
No!
It's exciting.
You should have fucking stayed in hell, you piece of shit.
Well Max, let's watch some films. Now today we're going to do a battle of the genres, and usually that means action, sci-fi, or horror, but today we're going to do something a little different. Superhero film, a children's film, and I think a thriller or espionage? We're not really sure. But our first film is called The Photon Effect.
Incredibly, the cover actually has orange and teal on it. A lot of people who follow film looks and the evolution of the way films are looking now, that around like 2004, orange and teal became the dominant colors in everything because it makes skin tone look richer and it makes sci-fi stuff look cooler. But they've taken orange and teal, and what appears to be happening here are two floating heads looking, one guy kind of looks like John Cena, and one guy kind of looks like Clark Kent, kind of, and they're looking sort of cross each other, and two smaller thems have appeared in floating balls, and this guy has the red ball, and as you can tell, this guy has blue balls.
All right, maybe we both have problems with authority figures.
What's wrong with your face?
He's too hunky. His hunk is extruding from his face.
I want him to slowly put on the sunglasses. Yeah!
The experiment went wrong, the hunk factor went too high.
Right? Look at that face, just chin and cheekbone.
He's at 125% hunk!
I can take more! I can take more!
The Photon Effect. Not everyone wants the power to change things.
I love that.
That's a great tagline. From director Dan Poole comes a new original superhero. Now, it says Dan Poole, independent filmmaker Dan Poole, known worldwide for his live-action adaptations of comic book legends. Now, we'll pause there. If you don't remember Dan Poole, around, I think, 99, he made a sort of famous Spider-Man fan film called The Curse of the Green Goblin? The Rise of the Green Goblin? The Goblin's Last Stand. I think that's what it was called. I just remembered that all on my own.
That was incredible. I could hear you think it.
I know, it was in the deep recesses of my brain and I pulled it out. But it's like a terrible shot on VHS film, but the part that people liked about it was he was doing his own stunts. He tied ropes to really tall buildings and was like swinging and jumping on cars and all this stuff.
Oh, he was really endangering himself for his art.
He was really endangering himself for his art. An earlier fan film, and then I remember this because around the time Sam Raimi started making Spider-Man, there was a bunch of speculation on whether or not he was going to give Dan Poole a cameo in the film. Not play Peter Parker, of course, but just a little cameo. And then they said no. sorry. And then they stepped on him and squashed him like a little bug.
That used to be like a thing, like in the early 2000s. There were so many different like fan films and stuff, and people were constantly like, when the real movies started to get made, people were like, they're gonna give a cameo or a nod or anything, and never, not once did they ever do it.
I think they actually took a dump on Dan Poole.
Yeah, I remember that. It made Variety.
Yeah.
It was incredible. They were like, Dan Poole brought to Hollywood, they told him, we're gonna give you a cameo. And he was like, oh, cool. And they went, no, it's a cameo bag.
Let's continue reading the back of the box now. Now he brings you his first original superhero. Meet Derek Powers, a tower climber uneasy with a secretive client.
What?
I guess he climbs towers and he has a client.
This looks like the opening scene to a gay porno.
Old climbers.
Is it not?
Wouldn't that be great if after like an hour of the movie it just cuts to hardcore fucking?
Yeah, that would be kind of great.
When he and his cousin Jay are affected by an experimental technology, Derek decides to shut them down, but he may have to go through his cousin to do it.
I'm so excited.
Dan Poole must have hit his head a couple times while swinging around on those ropes.
Look at the pose of this guy.
Yeah, he's running.
It looks like an exercise video.
Alpha Dog Productions, quality.
Buddy.
Oh, don't fuck around.
Don't fuck around with the big thing.
We need your chin to hammer these bolts in.
Not quite so hard.
Having the best time.
Knock it off! Knock it off!
What if that was his new voice for the rest of the movie? That's a superhero voice. No.
Oh no!
What the? Who did? Oh my God.
He's got superpowers now.
Did he just get Doc Manhattan?
I'm sorry, I'm still not over the syntax of a guy deciding to shut him and his own cousin down, but then he'd have to go through his cousin to do it. That's a really incredible grammatical fuck up.
It's intentionally left vague, just so we're interested in the film, I guess. I don't know.
He's a force ghost too, apparently.
Did you see his shadow?
Yo, come on.
Our next film is How I Saved the President. You can see it's from the brand Feature Films for Families. So you know what we're getting into. It features a kid who looks like very embarrassed and kind of nervous on the cover, like he doesn't want to be there, or maybe he's holding in a fart, as well as two animals awkwardly photoshopped behind him on what appears to be a pedestal in front of an American flag.
Very funny. Is this a dog? Dogs have great instincts when it comes to kids.
It's too tall of it.
Yeah, the dog is floating 4 feet. Yeah.
They cut their shot of the dog, and yes.
Slippers?
No, it's not. It's just a bad shot.
That was years ago. Remember, I was a little distraught that
No,
Oh,
we're
these
not-
the pets?
Yeah.
Someone's broken into the house and is watching him sleep.
It's like Lost Highway.
Yeah.
Michael Myers cameo?
It says, 9-year-old Max Anderson has a big problem. He knows about an evil plot to kill the president, and no one believes him.
Wait, there's a Max and a J. This is getting weird. Continue, I'm sorry. I'm sure there's going to be a Rich and Double Down.
So adults don't usually believe in talking dogs,
Unless you're the son of Sam.
but Max is certain that the tip from the would-be assassin's pet dog is a sure thing. The dog ratted out his owner as he and his human and animal friends set out to stop the sinister plan. His parents, the police, and even his bodyguard discredit his suspicion. Max has a bodyguard? When the agent Clyde, that guy, finally begins to catch on, time is running out, but they must act quickly to save the president's life. This story reminds us that doing the right thing isn't always easy, and heroes come in all sizes, approximately 74 minutes.
Oh, Dr. Hauptman, is everything...
Is your husband at home, Mrs. Anderson? I feel I need to speak to.
What the fuck
Oh, there's a
is
monster
that?
in the scene.
What the fuck?
Oh, God in heaven!
That's the last kid who tried to kill the president.
That's the old white guy from Photon!
On the back here, you can see that there's a parent's guide. And I think in the discussion after the movie, we should probably address the family discussions we're suggested to have on the back.
Oh, absolutely, because we are all a family.
Yep.
It's okay. It's a stunt dog.
Hit him in the head.
Oh my god. He's gonna hit him in the
assault,
nuts.
motherfucker.
I want to see him throw through the window with that.
Dumb tricks and traps now. I'm just hitting motherfuckers.
Ain't setting up paint cans, bitch.
Beat him to death with the club.
Kill him, Max.
Jesus.
You tricked him into falling into the. Oh,
He didn't notice that
They
wall.
wouldn't even do a nut
The
shot.
cat just matrixed up the. Oh!
Oh, that ruined that nice painting.
Now, our last film, brought to us by KFC, is Double Down. Apparently, is it starring Neil Breen?
Yes, both of Neil Breen's films are starring Neil Breen.
And he directs them.
And he directs them and writes them and shoots them, and everything is just him.
Okay.
It's literally like watching someone's dream. Fateful Findings is like watching someone have a bad dream.
After all, I controlled access to the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency.
What?
Full access to
Guys,
anything.
we're not
and
watching a bad movie. We're watching a Neil
even
Breen
from my
movie.
little simple, brilliant setup.
Well, he's very proud of his face. He gives us no information, and he has a tiny Las Vegas sign stuck in his neck. But apparently he's just in love with himself or something. I don't know. Is that him?
Yeah.
Or is
that's
that
him.
an actor?
That's him. That's Neil Breen.
Yeah, so
Neil Breen is an actor.
no, all right.
Read the review.
Stunning desperation, 4 stars. Wow.
Stunning desperation.
The winner,
feel like
dangerously controversial.
I feel like that was a review I got on Tinder once. Stunning desperation.
Governments don't dare try to kill me. I've let them all know that I've planted biological bombs in 7 major cities around the world. I've also secretly notified all the major news agencies of my plan.
Jay, you missed. He has set up a thing that if anyone tries to kill him, he'll destroy America. Wait, what?
In a small area.
Wait.
So that I can stay in a location
For some time without being found. I disappear. I become invisible.
What? What?
Force shield will cause death.
Oh.
Force shield. There's a force shield.
I'm so excited to be able to see this with you guys.
The controversial story of a lone genius who closes down the Las Vegas Strip. I don't know how or why, but the government can't stop him, and he reunites with his dead girlfriend each night. That's the synopsis.
Both of the Neil Breen films I'm familiar with feature a overabundance of ideas, mainly centered around him having secret knowledge and being a genius. People constantly complimenting him for being a genius. It's sort of like In the Room where they're like, "You're such a good guy, Tommy," the whole movie. Or Johnny, "You're such a good guy," except for in this, he's a genius.
I've got him on GPS.
Who?
We'll meet there.
Where?
What?
Back. Okay. Back
He's
to the.
back there again?
Sure.
Nope, no bullets in here. Check.
I'm not sure he ever left.
No bullets in here. Check.
Still trying to get that DirecTV?
He's not even tightening anything. He's just running, like moving there.
I have got to see Dancing with the Stars. Oh, he broke his laptop just now. You broke the hinge on his laptop. Oh, fuck. Just not. Oh, another truck lap.
laptop. All right.
Is he hoping that, like, by getting the satellites going, it'll make his laptops turn on?
I don't know. Like he's just trying to tune in
Put
power.
some good wrench on this.
Can you run us through what's happening on the back of?
Well,
because it looks like a lot.
I can barely read the font.
Just so, I mean, like, it's black text overlaid on an image. An edgy action thriller set in Las Vegas during a terrorist attack. A genius computer loaner takes control of the city and the attack as he fights with his fits of overwhelming depression and obsessions with love and death. Are you scared? Because you should be. Bang! Real free.
Now, let's make some predictions. Do you think they film anywhere near the Las Vegas Strip? Or just show a picture of it?
You know what? I think it's going to be in the movie.
You think so?
I think Neil Breen is crazy enough and doesn't understand permits.
Okay.
And this probably isn't any kind, there's no kind of union involvement. There's probably no kind of production company involved. So I would be unsurprised if he just goes out there and steals shots.
I'm going to predict there's a shot of him walking down the strip and some guy holding the camera secretly, and it's like, you know, really terrible looking. And then the rest of it is stock footage or stuff he shot from a hotel room window.
I mean, we should be so lucky.
We'll see. We'll see. Trouble down just went down.
Dude, that's why I wanted to meet you, man, because you're funny.
I didn't find that funny.
No, that can't be.
Look at all that tuna.
Oh my God, so much tuna.
I've got to take this other call.
Wait, he's got another call. He's got a call waiting.
How do you
A
know?
slow motion shot of a shadow on a car seat.
Where is he?
No.
Who is it?
What's happening?
Yes, what are the answers to any of these questions?
Oh my God.
Oh, the rock is in the tuna.
There's the magic rock
all along.
That's the rock that cures brain cancer. It was in a tuna can.
Of course.
Where else would it be?
Where would you keep it?
Shooting the people in
I
the
don't
butt.
know.
Where's his vest with his medals? What is going on?
Why did he fall on the ground?
I can't go on with this.
Can't do anything. What the fuck are you doing?
This is an outtake.
And I love this country. My country.
I'm laughing, but I don't know if I'm laughing or screaming.
We have to pretend that we're talking about things.
I love small talk.
Yeah.
What I love about it is that it's small.
It's very small.
You can fit it anywhere.
Yeah, you can
Stick
put it in your
small
pocket.
Yeah, stick it in there. Like you put worms in your butt.
Apparently that's a thing that I didn't know existed until today.
Which is out of touch with the homosexual community.
I think that's the case, yeah.
Early bird gets the worm in their ass.
Yeah. Well, we watched 3 movies today. This is, I guess, a Battle of the Genres episode.
A very different battle.
A very, very different Battle of the Genres, but we watched them with our special guests, Max Landis.
Thank you, Jay. I'm so happy to be here for you guys simultaneously jumping the shark and selling out. It's thrilling, but you want me to be Scrappy-Doo? I'll be your Scrappy-Doo. Here I am. Before we get into this, I feel so much closer to all of you.
That's what Best of the Worst does, yeah.
I feel like we have a sacred bond. I feel like we were in a foxhole together.
It's like a boot camp.
Best of the
Bad
Worst.
movie boot camp. Yeah.
It brings people together by tearing other people apart.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it was 3 different emotions, because at first it was like, haha, we're having fun watching a bad movie. Then it was like, this movie's really bad. And then it was like, the end of 2001, what's happening to my brain? Like, that was insane.
It was all stupid bukkake all over our faces.
everybody's
That's click the link here to find out what he's talking about.
Oh my God. First movie we watched is called The Photon Effect. Max, can you explain the plot of Chronicle .5?
Well, it's interesting because I compared it to Chronicle while we were watching it. It fucking sucks, but the thing about this movie...
What, Chronicle or The Photon Effect?
Probably both.
Okay.
The thing about this movie that was really strange for me, and I brought it up repeatedly during the movie because it was like blowing my mind, was it's a terrible movie that contains a couple of really cool choices. It's about a guy and his cousin who are electricity repairmen who both get superpowers in different ways.
They're constantly up on poles.
And they're up on poles and they kind of fight a bad guy maybe, and then one of them gets fart powers. There's a lot to unpack here. But the thing that's interesting about the movie and the thing that stuck with me is that there's a character in it who at the beginning of the movie you go, oh, one of these guys is gonna go good and one of them is gonna go bad and it's gonna be that thing. And then that doesn't happen. There's a character in it who's a self-destructive alcoholic who throughout the movie is true to that, is a self-destructive alcoholic. So if it was a better movie, the idea of a self-destructive alcoholic gets superpowers, he never turns bad.
Yeah.
They act like he's gonna turn bad, but then whenever you think he's gonna make the evil choice, he just makes a bad, impulsive, destructive choice. And I thought that was really interesting.
He never robs the bank and kidnaps the mayor's daughter. He just blows shit up because he's a jerk.
He just wants to get back together with his ugly girlfriend. As far as the general plot, though, there's a bad laboratory and there's a good laboratory. The bad laboratory wants them to put giant spools up on cell phone towers.
Yes.
For
reasons we'll never know.
But the spools keep falling off.
They keep falling off. or exploding and causing superhero powers, unrelated superhero powers. But there's these guys that wear BMX
Pads.
Yeah, safety padding.
Yeah, and at first they're doing like a heist in the opening. Remember the opening title?
They're doing a heist and it's a comic book.
It's
and it keeps going into like comic mode, but there's like, you can't tell. It's the weirdest way to start a movie because just from frame one, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, we don't know what's happening.
And then the guy goes, do you remember when he shoots
the
laser
little
out of
pew-pews out of his finger.
Okay, good guy and bad guy, cousins, Jay and someone. Yeah. I thought they were going to both get these power suits and fight each other.
It turns out to be more character-driven than that.
It's super character-driven.
Which is weird because it's not horribly written, it's just horribly made.
Oh my god, it looks like the Amazing Bulk. Jesus Christ, really?
Kool-Aid Man was here.
Oh yeah.
The story choices are just bizarre, but they're so bizarre that they almost work.
Whoa.
Well, that was my favorite part of the movie, was that the evil corporation is like, we'll use this guy we can manipulate because he's a stupid, destructive idiot and give him powers. But then they give him powers and he's like, I'm a stupid, destructive idiot. And the evil corporation is like, oh, this is already out of control.
Yeah. What were they
and then he smashes apart their cardboard set.
They were planning to give him more and more power.
You're clearly a problem.
Half the movie is him sitting in that chamber. Give me power!
I wanted them to steal the fucking Hope Diamond. You know, like just do something that's clear
or
and understandable.
Steal technology from the other science place.
Anything. Nothing made sense.
There are no stakes, but there's so many weird choices. Like, do you remember the tube?
Yeah, that's the thing is our hero. There's bad superhero man who looks like
Opie and Eric Bana.
Opie and Eric Bana. We call him Eric Bana because he looks like Eric Bana mid-transformation from the Ang Lee Hulk movie.
They're like both in their like early 40s. Too.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be like 20.
Opie is played by Dan Poole, who directed the film, who made the Spider-Man fan film. Correct?
Yes.
And he has these powers where he can run really fast, but he needs to rehydrate himself. So for the second half of the movie, once he figures this out, he has a little backpack with a little tube, and he's constantly sucking on that tube to rehydrate himself.
Just do that again.
He's constantly sucking on that tube. Why did you want me to do that again?
By the way, not only is he sucking on his tube, he's also sucking on someone else's tube.
Well, yeah.
And at one point, he's like trying to like offer everyone around him.
Yeah, they're constantly like just nothing but tube sucking.
Well, he wants, it's filled with his protein. He's just offering his protein to other people.
Okay, so he's like protein,
Yeah,
protein.
give me
I need
some
protein.
protein.
Yeah.
The amount of coincidences in this movie, I wanted to try to do a count. So can we just start tossing out the amount of coincidences? I'll start. The lady who got robbed happened to work at the good corporation that specializes in exactly the powers the one guy will eventually get.
Yes. cousin of the bad guy who gets superpowers also happens to get superpowers in a completely unrelated incident.
Well, okay, that's like 3/4 of the way through the movie,
I was
right?
going to say the one guy happens to have a unibrow and was wearing sunglasses that remove your unibrow once you take them off and on. Yeah.
He tries to do the thing where you lift your glasses up, but the glasses tear off his head. Oh!
They call them waxers.
Waxers? Okay. Is that what they call them in LA?
Yeah, man.
We don't have those here. We call them bubblers.
How about those hospital visits?
Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
These people are in the hospital more than Charlie Sheen.
How is Fox supposed to pay for me to come to Milwaukee if you say things like that?
Does Fox own Charlie Sheen? Oh.
His superpower is that he can't control any of his muscles.
Wow! Whoa! I'm here to get.
His fighting style, it's too, I can't figure it out.
Well, our hero, Running Man, Force Ghost Running Man, he gets in the hospital. He gets hospitalized. Why is he hospitalized the first time?
Because he falls off the antenna tower after he gets zapped by the
He breaks his hand.
So he gets superhero powers and gets hospitalized, and then he's like, "Fuck this! I can be mildly fast, so I'm gonna leave the hospital."
And he puts on his clothes.
He puts on his clothes, but he doesn't zip up his fly. He's just like, eh.
I didn't notice
I'm
that
dressed.
detail.
Well, you weren't looking close
Jay,
enough.
weren't you literally yelling "zip up"?
Zip up! It was like right in the center of the frame.
Why are you looking at his fly?
Because it was right there.
Cause he's gay, Mike. Leave it alone.
Wait, which hospital visit are we on?
We're on hospital 2.
No, the second one was after he chases after the motorcycle guy without the backpack.
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Yeah,
Oh
He
my
goes to
God.
hospital. People are in hospital beds like a total of 8 or 9 times.
But there are also hospital beds within the scientific laboratories as well.
There's lots of people laying in beds in this movie.
There's one scene in which both of the leads are in beds next to each other.
Yeah.
I love it. There's a scene where there's a motorcyclist being chased by the police.
Okay.
So they show a cop car, except for the motorcyclist is just going next to it. And you realize that on that day they drove around until they found a cop car, drove next to it, and then in post add the flashing lights. We haven't even talked about Michael B. Jordan, tiny Caucasian, and fake De Niro. We haven't even mentioned them.
They're security guards. Because when the cousin goes to see his ex-girlfriend at the science place, they show out and they try to escort him away. And then
That was like one of my favorite scenes. Was the guy, this character who you're like have heard is sort of a destructive guy. Like, you know how in Ant-Man they keep fucking saying like, you're a bad guy, you need to get better. But you never see an example of him being a bad guy. He just seems like nice Paul Rudd. Well, like, a thing that I actually liked in this movie was he shows up at his ex-girlfriend's job, driving drunk, attacks a security guard, and is like, just come out and talk to me for a minute. And then supervillains, Laser Man, go like, fuck off. Yeah. Which honestly, like in any other movie, it would be like, good, that guy's a drunk asshole. Yeah. And then they decide to give him superpowers.
Well, that's after they shoot his car into a cartoon.
What kind of reaction was that?
He obliterated a car.
And then he just hangs
And then there's
out there.
smoke. Well, there's smoke, and it doesn't really billow. It's just there.
There's
It
a clear line of definition.
There's a,
of
yeah.
the effect ends.
They did a feather effect of 22% around the car, and that's just their smoke.
Can we talk about how the hunk factor?
You can talk about that if you wish.
No, that's what made me choke on the water, I believe. His jaw is shaped like this. It's if it were my head, it would be like that. It was incredible. Yeah. And the bad guy's head is an upside down triangle with curly hair glued to the top.
Are you talking about Janusz?
Janusz. This movie had one action gag that was executed super well and funny and cool, and I think we all know the gag. Yeah, that when it happened,
yeah.
I was like, whoa! It was like a Matrix thing where it was like that was really cool.
And that shit never happened again.
Whoa! Oh, okay, so there's that. All right.
It's an energy thing.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Hey!
Cool.
He just knew he could do that.
Yeah, it was cool.
I like that.
That's his other superpower.
That was a cool moment.
Yeah, and nothing cool happens again. The only other cool powers thing that happens is the fart attack.
I guess when you're in a position of power, you can do anything you want to other people, can't you? Like this.
Oh, really?
It's my fart ray.
He sucked the fart out of him.
He put a fart in.
That sounded like
Brown. I like the brown thing.
that was a fart.
The fart ray.
He definitely just made him shit himself.
Well, he doesn't go. What happens is
He runs off camera and he's like, I just shot my... And
There's a fucking fart noise. Is there a fart noise?
There's a fart noise! Like that! Because it's a wide shot of the car, the cop goes, he goes, pew!
like he shit his
Like that!
pants.
He shot his pants!
Okay, well, if there's a fart noise, then that's a better example of later in the movie. He does it again multiple times, and that's where we were just like speculating. He's just making everybody fart.
Well, no, we were not speculating. We all had seen him make someone shit
Okay,
their
I was
pants.
speculating because I did not hear the fart the first time.
To be fair, some of the later times it was me making the fart noises.
Yes. No, we all.
Incredible research.
Oh.
Wait.
Uh-oh. Wabba-da-da-da-da.
Let's get you some fresh
What did you call the two heroes?
Blue Streak and Brown Note.
Yes.
Lady who got her purse snatched, who has the wardrobe done by Kohl's, who also has an office in a closet. Her counterpart is Morticia Addams, who has an office in a closet with a couple of shelves. There's a CPAP machine on one shelf, and
there's like a blender on a
there's
shelf.
a blender, like a piggy bank, and a bunch of things.
There's some random tubes
some
coiled
random tubes.
up.
And it's like an industrial desk with plugs and stuff, and there's a printer that doesn't quite fit on the shelf. And
It's on a tiny shelf.
It's on a shelf. The printer is this big, and it's fitting on a shelf that's this big.
You almost slapped me in the face.
And it may fall off the shelf, but
It feels like we're just wasting time. We're just killing time talking about these two.
I thought you were going to say wasting our life.
Well, we are wasting our lives. That's very obviously
Let's fuck this
clear.
shit. Let's get off the photon effect and let's talk about some fucking dogs.
The cell phone towers suck energy. They're bad.
All right.
Oh, honey, you're the worst.
These
was terrible.
these powers that we've given them, what do they do again?
I don't even know if we finished talking about this movie, but we finished talking about this movie. And now we're on to How I Saved the President. Mike, explain How I Saved the President.
That's a dick move, Jay.
it really is a dick
Someone
move.
has to do it. And the whole reason that I wanted to intro these is so I didn't have to do it. This was all by my design.
All the while, even up until this very second, I still wish this film was called How I Saved the President's Dog.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's called How I Saved the President, directed by Linda Shane.
Linda Shane showing off.
Showing off.
Linda Shane, who we will all remember as the director of Flyin' Ryan.
And Flyin' Ryan is a masterpiece compared to this. And weirdly enough, How I Saved the President is an early Linda Shane film when she was still shooting on film, apparently.
Yeah, this is shot on film.
Before she was downgraded to VHS-C, which is the compact form of VHS.
Yes.
And Linda Shane made a film called How I Saved the President, and there's a cat who's voiced by Victoria Jackson from Saturday Night Live.
Homeward Bound elements.
Yeah, and this little boy, his parents think he's insane.
Because he is.
Because, well...
The movie is about an insane child. He does go to a psychiatrist for 5 seconds.
And it's a joke.
And the psychiatrist has a cat that is crazier than he is that plays with an orange.
No, it's a dog that's licking an orange.
Oh, the dog that's licking an orange.
It's
and
a
it's
bizarre
like
visual.
It's like a David Lynch scene.
Very Freudian, which makes sense. The dog's name is Freud.
It's weird because his dog is constantly licking an orange, and he sprays an orange-flavored perfume on his balls.
I'm here too, Max.
This movie isn't even listed on Family Films' website. This movie doesn't exist.
Just so we're clear, midway through this movie, all of the actors are going to turn and look directly at us and start bleeding from the eyes and mouth. And one of them is going to say, "Now you will kill the president." What if this is haunted? What if what we're watching is fucking haunted?
You guys, did you think about this?
The movie ends, we get calls.
Okay, it is on
I
their
don't
website.
think they're going to ask us to kill the president. I think at some point the actors are going to turn to the camera and start begging us to release them from the film.
Oh no!
We have to keep doing this over and over! Please let us out!
Now that's scary.
Here's the premise. I'm going to say it real quick.
Okay.
The small boy takes his dog and cat to the park, and a female dog who has a Parisian accent.
And never comes back.
And comes back one more time.
Oh, yeah, one more time.
Shows up, and there's mobsters that are foreign, ethnicity unknown.
Sasha, you frisch, da frisch.
And then he meets him again, and she gives him a medallion.
Yeah.
The father is the Secretary of State?
Former Secretary of State.
Former Secretary of State. The mother was a National Guardsman. They cut to footage of the National Guard marching.
That's not the mother.
That was Melora Hardin.
That's the woman that drives him to school.
You're not a driver, you're a bodyguard.
Okay.
That's all she does.
Who's played by Jan from The Office.
Played by Jan from The Office.
And coincidentally, there's a crewman named Michael Scott in the credits, which is, again, coincidental.
That's very weird.
And then the president is going to speak at a train station, and the man is going to assassinate the president by impersonating waiters with cakes, sneak into the train station, and hide in the booth where the spotlight shines on the president and assemble a gun to shoot the president, but the dog jumps in the way and is uninjured in the end.
And we're done with How I Saved the President.
You nailed it.
No way, buddy!
No, the dog knocked the gun.
Are you sure?
Hold it. Oh.
Oh my god! All right. Okay.
It also has tonal similarities to a lot of 90s films. It's much better made than either of the other two movies.
Yes, definitely.
It has a lot of tonal similarities to my father's film, Home Alone.
It's a great film.
It is. It's great. Starring Macaulay Culkin. And its name is pronounced Macaulay.
Macaulay.
We love Macaulay Culkin, by the way.
We do, yeah.
I love him.
I know. Call the president.
I'm still confused whether or not that was Victoria Jackson or her voiceover.
You're like the beginnings of a joke, but it doesn't quite work.
It's not quite there, yeah.
The cat would need to be like huge, fat, and disgusting.
And have horrible political
views.
Can we talk about how we wrote a better movie in our brains as we were watching this?
Yes.
Which is that the movie would have been better if it was told from the perspective of the kid being told to kill the president by his dog.
He's just kind of like alone in the backyard, sad, kind of playing with the ball. And then the first time you hear the dog talk, the dog just walks up to him. You have to kill the president.
Well, there was a moment during this movie where we were all just repeatedly going, kill the president. and that was the watching experience of the movie.
Yeah, that's right. Unless I can warn him. But it would take a genius to get me out of here in time.
Genius? Yes, genius. Well, then you are in luck. Now,
Oh, that's cute. It's cute. It's great. It's a kid's movie.
Genius.
I approve of the bird reverse psychology.
By the way, the Rich Evans, you have it on film, the Rich Evans end of this movie call.
Is the dog gonna jump in front of the president and take the bullet?
Oh God.
No, I can only hope.
Oh no.
That won't happen.
Oh, yeah.
That the dog jumps in front of the bullet.
yeah.
By the way, a dog eats a bullet from point blank range, it's fine.
Not
even need a bandage.
Not
even need a bandage.
Not
even
even
need
a
a
bandage.
Nothing.
Maybe it's, you know what? Maybe it's the replacement dog. He
We
died.
don't want to tell the little kids.
He
that
died.
the dog
You don't want to
fucking
tell.
died.
You don't want to tell Mac that that's the dog he talks to all the time.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
fuck him up. If he thinks that dog's. Just buy another one.
It's the final proof that he's crazy is he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Why do you have a weird voice?
I'm your friend Max. Did you remember me?
Max is the kid.
Max is the kid. Dude, it's the kid from Jumanji,
Oh, yeah.
we think.
No, we know, right?
confirmed?
Didn't we confirm that?
Kid from Jumanji.
I don't know.
Confirmed for Jumanji. But anyways, on the back of the box, there's
Yes.
a parent's guide for family discussion.
Okay.
And since we are all a family,
Yep.
And we have now watched the film.
we have now watched the film. We're going to go through it. Number 1, Clyde. I don't know who Clyde is.
Clyde is Melora Hardin from The Office.
Why does she have a man's name?
Because she's tough. And in the 90s, you couldn't be tough if you weren't a man.
That's not a very progressive attitude.
I just want to say, stop being so fucking gender binary. It's possible she was a man who just dressed and identified as a woman.
Okay, that's fair, yeah.
They had a problem. Whoa!
Illuminati confirmed.
What have you done that you didn't want to do, but did anyway because you knew it was wrong? This parent's guide is a bunch of crap.
Yeah, this is all bullshit. I didn't realize there was a number 4, but we got, okay, number 4. Clyde, Jan from The Office, jumps in front of the president to save him. Did that happen?
No.
Yeah, she knocks him on the ground.
She does jump in front of him.
The
but it
dog
doesn't
did more.
The
Yeah, the dog did more.
because the dog actually took a fucking
How do you remember this?
Because I watched the movie.
What can you do to help protect your family?
Jump in front of the fucking president.
Well, maybe jump in front of my family.
You know what that is? That's bullshit to try and make this worthless movie looks like it has some kind of moral value.
Exactly.
It's a framing device to make parents buy it and show it to their kids and be like, this was a worthwhile choice. When in reality,
Yeah.
Like there's some kind of lessons you can teach your kids from it by looking at the back of the book. Right.
I could do the same thing with like Taxi Driver.
yeah, you can do the same thing with any movie.
Travis Bickle tried to shoot the senator. Was that wrong?
It reminded me of another movie that has really really sort of well done, professional-esque seeming cinematography, but is just a transparent piece of shit. My father's film, Mac and Me. And where you...
Film about Macaulay Culkin and the alien?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's my film about Macaulay Culkin and me. Okay. How did Max Landis die? Well, he said too many stupid things in a row. And he had a brain aneurysm in Wisconsin. Okay, back to it, guys. Oh, wait, I want to say there was a lot of getting out of cars in this movie.
Hurry, get in there! Oh, Max,
I missed you so much.
Let's go.
So our final film of the night, possibly of our entire lives, because I don't think there's anywhere to go but downhill from here, was Double Down, written, directed, and starring...
and edited and sound
sound Neil Breen. Rich Evans, please explain the plot of Neil Breen's Double Down.
In detail.
In detail.
Me?
Yes.
You're looking at the cover like it's gonna help you. There's no help for you there.
It's just his face.
I'm gonna say his face really kind of conveys everything.
There is no God for you now, Rich Evans.
Neil Breen stars as Fantasy Neil Breen, who is the world's greatest secret agent, soldier, hacker, computer scientist, biotechnology developing terrorist with magic cancer powers.
Given to him by his rock.
Given to him by a magic rock, given to him by an old man that he finds in the desert, and he's going to use his secret agent, bioterrorist, hacking powers to...
Is he good at that stuff?
Well, he's the best at that stuff that has ever been. And he's going to do that to buy and spread anthrax to threaten Vegas.
What will he do if they try to stop him?
Because I need to think about this. Goddammit! You can't just interrupt me like that when I'm talking about a Neil Breen film. Vegas terrorist attack, which he's going to start.
He's the best.
And he's going to stop. He's stopping the terrorists that he started.
How good is he at this stuff?
Because his dead wife would want that, because they had to kill the wife, because he's too good at his job.
We'll always be together.
Do we see his ball sack?
If they killed him, they can't kill him, because if they kill him, then he'll kill everyone in the country. So they can't kill him, so they kill his wife?
Yes, no, do we see his ball
But
sack?
not his family that we meet for one scene.
How good is he at this?
He's the best at this.
Do we see his ball sack?
Talk about his ball sack.
Yes, we see his ball sack. We see his ball sack. He's the best. He has the best ball sack. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
But Rich.
Oh my God.
No, Rich.
And he is the best that has ever been at being his job as a super secret agent, bioterrorist activist. And he wakes up every morning under his car with "Help Me" written in blood.
What does he eat,
But
Rich?
it's not his blood. He eats tuna. He loves tuna. He really loves tuna. I mean, he loves tuna so much that he almost gets into a car accident.
Rich, how many cell phones
because
does he have?
How
many cell phones?
He has as many cell phones as he has laptops. And that's a lot of laptops, goddammit. That's a lot of broken laptops.
How many DirecTV satellite dishes?
He only has 2, but he uses them constantly. He just can't get them to work. Every morning, he has to put them on his car by like waving around a wrench near the base of the already attached satellite dish.
He has the tinfoil out. He's like,
Rich.
And then he walks up a hill.
Rich, who are the
Or
people
maybe
by
he
the
runs
train?
away from the hill. But then he wakes up by his car.
Who are the people by the
His
train?
car, it's written "Help Me" in blood.
Who are the people by the train, Rich?
What train? I don't even remember the train.
When the black guy, and he shoots him in the head.
Who the what? Hey!
What the fuck is happening?
Oh God, no! I thought you were talking about his family, who showed up in one scene.
Who are his mom and dad? Are they
Who
alive
might
or
not be
dead?
his family. Well, they're dead, but he talks to them, and he asks them if he's dead. But he doesn't know if they don't know if he's dead, or do they know?
Is
I
his
don't
wife
know
a
what they
skull?
know.
Is she a skull or a ghost?
Well, sometimes she's a ghost, sometimes she's a skull, sometimes she's naked in a pool.
Did you say a ghost?
She's a ghost.
Like a skull ghost?
She's a skull. There might be a skull ghost. Sometimes she's just like a bit of hair that's sticking out of his sack.
Rich,
and
how much?
sometimes she's a skull
Rich,
that's sticking out of his sack.
How much stock footage is in this movie? Is it a little bit or a lot?
This movie is nothing but stuff. It's meaningless, empty stuff that has no purpose. But it's the best stuff. It's the best stuff that has ever been, because Neil Breen is the best at stuff, and Neil Breen is the best person who has ever eaten tuna.
How many medals does he have, Reg? How many medals does he have?
He has all of the medals. He has all of them.
The Medal of Honor. The Medal for Meritorious Service.
Defense Meritorious Service. Joint Service Achievement Award.
Why did I tell you?
Armed Forces Medal.
I told you. You were right on every level.
Fucks.
The Purple Heart.
Service Achievement.
Also 15 other medals.
And I'm gonna put them on my cut-off jean jacket. He wears next to his car in the
With no shirt under it.
Remember when he doesn't have a shirt on, and then he has a shirt on, and then he's shooting nobody?
Oh yeah, he shot at nobody in this movie. I forgot about that.
He keeps answering the phone, and no one called, and he didn't.
No, I think the best scene is when he's assassinating somebody for some reason, because the only way you can fight somebody is to kill somebody that they know. So
you kill your family to kill their spirit.
So his target is getting married in Vegas with a girl he just met.
Oh God, this scene.
And so then he picks them up at the wedding chapel dressed as a driver, and then he feeds them poisoned strawberries.
Yes,
And then
injected.
it turns out he murdered the wrong people. So then when he goes to murder the right people, it turns out they already killed themselves because they knew that Neil Breen was coming for them.
They killed themselves by shooting themselves directly in the forehead
While
sitting in a
while sitting next to each other.
God, end this nightmare!
They committed suicide.
Do you remember for when no good reason Neil Breen just rubs anthrax on somebody's elbow and walks away?
Oh, excuse me.
Honestly, our review for this movie, us all just descending into lunacy while Rich tried to explain, I started weeping. I don't know if you registered on film, I was full crying, and not in like a ha-ha way, like in like the end of 2001. I was a monkey looking at a monolith. I saw myself as a baby floating in space. Fuck this movie. Fuck this. 7 days. I feel like I just witnessed something not of this earth.
I can steal any car, anytime.
With a cell phone?
Fuck you!
I've been given this incredible power. Tonight, I believe I cured Megan of cancer.
Oh my fucking God!
The sacred question of this movie is, would I have sat all the way through it if I didn't have you guys going on this journey with me? And the answer is really simple. No!
How did he get a Rolls Royce?
Because he's not driving it. Look, there's no road.
I'm like, why are you asking all these questions?
Yeah, it's not worth it anymore, I guess.
No.
Fucking questions, but
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done wondering anything about this movie. I'm just letting it go.
I'm on the floor.
Couch is slightly behind.
I like slid.
I have to say, after surviving 30 plus Best of the Worst shows,
Sure.
it's a rare occasion when Jack leans off his seat and moves his head towards the screen.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, Jack has a superpower. But with this, he was like,
I want to understand it, and I don't.
I need more information.
there were
And,
moments where we were all physically drawn towards the screen.
I fell off the chair. You were sitting on the floor. I was laying on the thing. We were getting closer to the screen. We needed more.
The movie, it's incomprehensible. It's literally incomprehensible. The question is, did it make sense to Neil Breen when he wrote it? Yes. because he's a crazy man.
Well, it's the Ed Wood hyper sincerity mixed with the David Lynch, I'm making this movie for me and no one else. Yeah. Like all of his like weird political statements during the movie that are literally just him talking directly to camera, just like, this biochemical warfare, we live in a good pour there, Mike.
It's all head.
It's all head.
There's so much to say. It's a complex masterpiece.
It's Alejandro Jodorowsky plus David Lynch plus a 14-year-old who just heard about, like, it's like Holden Caulfield wrote it. Like, yo, man, the world's fucked up, and it's lucky that I, Neo, am here to save the world from everything. It's, oh, Jesus. Oh my God, just looking at it is giving me weird flashbacks.
It's like Holden Caulfield wrote it after a traumatic brain injury.
Governments don't dare try to kill me. I've let
Just
them
my
all know
girlfriends.
that I've planted biological bombs in 7 major cities around the world.
There's Neil Breen and a very uncomfortable woman.
Oh, that woman is giving him a kiss. Oh, you're my wife, I love you so much. You only paid me for the day.
He tests out his anthrax by just dumping some in the local water supply? He kills all the fish.
Well, that was just a test. That was just a test.
You gotta test your anthrax out.
But like the whole movie feels like a fever dream. Yeah. Is the most like succinct. I felt like I was watching someone else dream.
Yeah, he's an idiot narcissist.
Yeah, an idiot narcissist.
Jodorowsky is
incredibly
a brilliant
pretentious.
man.
Alejandro Jodorowsky is genius. There is an element of genius here, though. There is. We can all acknowledge it. Something cool is happening. It's just happening in the worst way ever. Agree?
Agree.
Sure. It's genius, though, by virtue of everything being wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, Tuna! I don't need you anymore! Fuck you, laptop!
Get rid of all of it.
Which movie is the best of the worsts? Rich?
Oh, best of the worst is the fucking Double Down.
Double Down defines best of the worst in a way that it maybe never has been defined before. It is the best at being the worst.
Okay.
I guess that's skipping right to me. I'm complete agreement with Rich and Max. Double Down is the epitome of best of the worst.
Okay, here's the question, because I'm going to say Double Down too, of course. Is Double Down the best thing ever on Best of the Worst? Is this the most amazing thing we've ever watched? I'm going to say yeah.
It's the most.
Miami Connection?
No. Miami Connection is funnier than Double Down.
There's a lot of movies that are funnier
maybe
bad.
funnier, but like.
Okay, as far as being weird and bad? Yeah.
Never seen anything like this.
Okay.
So, Rich, which film would you destroy if you had the option?
My president's dog.
You would destroy that?
I don't.
You know what? I would destroy it too.
Okay, let's destroy it.
Let's fucking destroy I saved the fucking president's dog. Sorry, how I saved the fucking president.
With a cat and a dog and a kid who talks to animals.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Victoria Jackson.
Linda Shane.
Linda Shane?
You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, I guess.
And best of the worst, hands down, unanimous vote
Double
goes
Down.
to Double Down. Neil Breen, you are the man.
Flawless victory.
Flawless fucking victory, Neil Breen.
Make 100 more movies, man. Do the next Transformers.
I can start and end wars through my electronic, satellite, and computer skills.
Okay, I'm taking this to Hollywood.
Oh my God, Max Landis just left.
Hollywood?
Oh my God, he just got on a plane.
There you go. He forgot his luggage.
Let's just sell it on eBay.
But he took a plane, didn't he drive here? That's his car.
Well,
it's your car now.
it's weird. There's 2 DirecTV satellites attached to the back of the car.
Is the back seat full of laptops?
And a bunch of fucking tuna cans.
is it that you seek?
I have come from the land of Milwaukee to see the master.
Have you brought the Sacred Offering? A children's film from the 1990s.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not my first rodeo. Right? Pretty good?
Oh yes, this will please the master.
What tasty treat have you brought me, my angel of darkness?
How I saved the president, Master Culkin.
Semi-recognizable child star from the 90s. So pink, so fleshy. You know my ways. Absorbing children's films from the 1990s is how I keep myself forever young.
Yeah, no, I know that, Mac. I've actually never been this far into Glendale before, so Whoa! Hi. Oh, master, what is this about?
Now witness the becoming. I will be born again! I shall be young again, young and beautiful. People will like me. People used to like me.
When I was young.